Hello everyone, welcome to Frosty76201's G.I. Joe review channel. It has been quite some time since I've done any reviews, so I'm going to kick it off with the vehicle review for the Pursuit of Cobra line. This right here is Night Fox. He is the vehicle driver. We're going to review him first. First thing you should know, this is a completely new character. There's no previous versions to compare him to. This is all new. There's not really a whole lot to say about him. I mean, he's a former Navy SEAL. He's a vehicle driver. He comes with the Auto Striker. He's, part of that. I guess wave 2 of the Pursuit of Cobra vehicle line. He uses a lot of previously used parts. It's got the Shockwave mask. The arms themselves come from the Rise of Cobra Desert Combat Duke. I'm not quite sure about where the torso comes from. It kind of looks to me like it's almost like a Pit Commando or something along those lines, or maybe even the Dusty torso, which that might very well be. So I mean, he is a hodgepodge of several different Joes. My big qualms with this. When you first get this, he's inside the vehicle, so this little holster right here bends off to the side like that. What I'm doing is I'm using a clear rubber band right there to move across the strap to hold it against his leg. Over time, the holster will move, towards the leg, but that is kind of a down point that you have to go through that much trouble. Also, the web gear does not rest comfortably on his shoulders. It does kind of move up next to his ears a bit, which, I've actually stripped this version down so it would look a little better, and I've opened up the side here so it could rest a little closer to his shoulders. And the reason why it's so much trouble is because of the belt and holster right here. So that holster is just becoming a constant problem. Otherwise, I mean, it is good to see new characters in the G.I. Joe line. So, I mean, that does make me a little bit happy. So, we'll take what we can get. Other than that, I mean, there's nothing really overtly fantastic about this figure. I mean, I guess he could be a cool character if you make him as such, but since he's yet to appear in any comic books or animation, he's just kind of, there's nothing really special about him in the slightest. He does have the standard articulation, the double jointed knees, the T-bar in the waist, allowing the legs to move out, forward and then outward like that. The ankles do swivel, and they are on a hinge as well. Standard ball hinge, shoulders, and then swivel joint, kind of a ball hinge on the elbows. His wrist can move 360 degrees, and his head's on a socket, ball and socket. So, I mean, the articulation is fairly standard right there. He does come with a lot of good equipment, though, which I have right here. A large gold and silver belt of ammunition, always good. Of course, the same exact machine gun that Roadblock came with originally in the 25th anniversary line. So, a lot of reused parts. The tripod for that Roadblock's machine gun right there. This seems to be fairly new. It's a kind of a riot gun with a scope. It is fairly thin and made of a cheaper plastic. And he does not hold it very well. It slips right out of his hand. You actually end up having to use both hands just to hold this shotgun properly. a baseball cap, which is well, it's the same one that came with Shockwave, and it will sit on his head. You do have to press it down and hold it there for it to stick on, but it pops off a lot. Let's see. A pair of pistols. Both are identical, so I don't feel the need to hold both of them up. They're the same ones that came with Shockwave, except now they're tan. An ammunition box, which will peg right to Night Fox's back. And the peg is dead center, right there, and the ammo will fit into that slot, and that's on both sides, right there. The same helmet that came with Desert Assault Duke from the Rise of Cobra line, even with the little night vision goggles that flip down over the eyes. And I'm not sure what to call this, but basically it's a green wool scarf. It fits, basically if you take the head off and put this over the neck joint and then put the head back on, it fits on fine. But it's hindered by that web gear, like I said, like it constantly pops up. And I guess just for your edification, here's the other pistol. See, identical. Show you the backside. The Awe Striker he comes with is the same one that we've seen before. We've seen it a few times on the 25th anniversary lines, and we're seeing it yet again here in Pursuit of Cobra. Nothing overtly new about that. It's a little two-seater. The stickers are different, and the desert pattern is on. I mean, I do like how they painted like some dirt right here on the wheels, and some dirt right here next to the G.I. Joe logos. But other than the sticker and paint apps, it's the same exact mold that we've seen quite a few times before. I mean, it does use the new Pursuit of Cobra Joe symbol, which would be the star and stripe right here. Other than that, though, I mean, it's like I said, we've seen this one before. And it is also, just as a side note, when you're putting a figure in here, it's easier just to remove the steering wheel, then put the figure in, then put the steering wheel back in. See, that steering wheel just pops right out of there. So get your figure in, and then pop your steering wheel back on. It does come with a little Desert Dio, which I don't have out right now, like a diorama piece. It's a little three-sided thing, which, it's great for displaying the figure. The paint seems to, like I said, I like the paint apps and I like the sticker apps, but it's, compared to some of the other vehicles, the Awe Striker is, it's small, it's lightweight, it's a nice vehicle. I have nothing personal against it. It's just, I'd rather have the Vamp, which I do have that. So I guess I really can't complain at all. Figure itself, I'm gonna give a kind of a 2 out of 5 stars. Like I said, average character. Until they do something with the character himself, put him in either the G.I. Joe Renegades cartoon, or put him somewhere in the comic books, or, do something with him to make him a little more badass, It's nice to see more Hispanic characters in the Joe line, being half Hispanic myself, so, I mean, it's, that's kind of cool, but that's just, for me personally. And I was just going to show you real quick what I meant about this scarf. See, that's what he would generally look like with the scarf on. See, that hat is a bit difficult. So, I mean, he does lose quite a few points just on those, aspects alone. Beyond that, everything else is pretty solid. The vehicle itself, another 2 out of 5 stars. Just because it's a reusable mold. I mean, if you can, they haven't even updated anything. I mean, it says it right there. Copyright 1985. Hasbro Bradley Incorporated, Pawtucket, Rhode Island, made in China. I mean, so they've updated absolutely nothing on this Awe Striker, even remotely. I think the only thing they actually put on here that was any kind of new is the pegs right here. Instead of being the old style large pegs, these are the small ones that fit the 25th anniversary modern era Joes. So there you go. 2 out of 5 for the Night Fox and 2 out of 5 for the Ostriker. Told you I don't like absolutely everything Hasbro puts out. Alright, well, thanks for watching and enjoy.